The COVID-19 infections tally in the country is nearing the 600,000 mark as more than 3,400 individuals tested positive for the virus yesterday. Over 80 people lost their lives yesterday despite the improving health system and prohibitory orders in effect. All members of public are therefore advised to continue to stick to health protocols at all times. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the top stories of the hour. The Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court denies issuing interim order against the dissolution of lower house. President's office and Prime Minister ordered to submit a written clarification. Nepali Congress joins the province to government. Opposition alliance in Gandaki province poised to remove Chief Minister Prithvi Gurung. US President Joe Biden launches his first official overseas trip with a warning to Russia that it faces robust and meaningful consequences if it engages in harmful activities. And Novak Djokovic reaches the semi-finals of French Open, defeating Matteo Berrettini. Rafael Nadal also brushes aside Diego Schwartzman to book a place in semi-final. The Constitutional Bench of Supreme Court has concluded the preliminary hearings on writs filed against the dissolution of the House of Representatives and directed the Office of the President and Prime Minister to submit a clarification for the decision to dissolve the lower house. This has wrested the prolonged dispute regarding the structure of the Constitutional Bench and has also paved way for a final decision on the writs. The final decisions, analysts say, can be expected soon. The bench has also put forth a plan for the final hearing on the writs. Based on its decision yesterday, the offices of the President and the Prime Minister have been given 7 days to furnish a clarification each, with no provision for extension of the time. In the meantime, the Supreme Court and Nepal Bar Association will need to nominate 4 law practitioners as amicus curiae to support with the final hearings. Regular hearings are to resume from 23rd of June. Based on the bench's decision, 15 hours will be provided each to the writ petitioners and the opposition to present their arguments. Both sides will have the liberty to decide on the number of law practitioners that will present their arguments within the time limit. The amicus curiae will have 2 hours each to present their opinion. The Constitutional Bench, ever since the hearing on the writ petitions began, had met with controversy for its structure. It may be recalled that the Constitutional Bench had taken more than a month's time to hear writs filed against the dissolution of the lower house in December last year. However, the bench seems prepared to speed up the hearing this time around. Now, Chief Minister of Gandaki province, Prithvi Gurung, is to take a vote of confidence from the Provincial Assembly today. Constitutionally, Gurung, who was appointed as the Chief Minister in the capacity of a leader of the largest party, is required to win the confidence vote within 30 days. Chief Minister Gurung registered a proposal at the Parliamentary Secretariat yesterday. Gurung, who had resigned from the post to avoid the no-confidence motion registered against him, was reappointed to the post as a leader of largest party. The Chief Minister has been doing all legworks to claim a majority. However, the equation, many say, remains unclear. Chief Minister Gurung needs support of 3 more lawmakers, even as he has 27 lawmakers from CPN-UML and 1 independent lawmaker to his favour. Meanwhile, the opposition alliance, despite having 31 lawmakers, is not in the position to form a government either. The Speaker's vote will be decisive if both the side receives equal votes. The opposition alliance, including Nepali Congress, Maoist Centre, Jana Morcha and Janata Samajwadi Party, hence have been mulling over the option to ask the Speaker to resign. One needs support of 31 lawmakers to form a government in the province. Chief Minister of Province 2, Lal Babu Raut, has reshuffled his cabinet and included 3 leaders from Nepali Congress. Nepali Congress had agreed to join the Province 2 government with 3 ministerial portfolios to the party yesterday. The party joined the government under the leadership of Parliamentary Party leader Ram Saroj Yadav. The newly appointed ministers took the oath of office and secrecy last night itself. Parliamentary Party leader Yadav has been given the portfolio of physical infrastructure and transportation. Om Prakash Sharma has been given the responsibility of energy and water supply, and Birendra Singh has been appointed to the Ministry of Women and Children. The meeting between the ruling Janata Samajwadi Party and Maoist Centre, meanwhile, ended inconclusively as they could not finalize on the portfolios. However, Land Management Minister Sailendra Prasad Shah informed that CPN Maoist Centre has already agreed to be a part of the provincial government. The country has witnessed more than 81 deaths due to coronavirus yesterday, taking the COVID-19 death tally to 8,179. Meanwhile, the total number of coronavirus cases has climbed to 598,813 as 3,449 more individuals tested positive. The infection rate in the country stands at 28.6%. The total infected includes 61.2% males and 38.8% females. According to the Health Ministry, 12,074 tests through PCR method were conducted yesterday. Kathmandu Valley alone reported 915 new cases. 5,768 individuals registered full recovery, taking the recovery tally to over 5.5 million and the recovery rate to 85.2%. The death rate stands at 1.6%. Based on the latest report by the Health Ministry, 74,438 of the infected are currently in home isolation, 1,313 in intensive care units and 375 on ventilator support. According to the Health Ministry, 46 districts now have more than 500 active cases, while Karnali province has the highest infection rate. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom has expressed concern on the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic in Nepal and on the vaccine situation as well. The Nepalese embassy in London informed that the Queen expressed her concern when Nepalese ambassador to the UK, Lok Darshan Regmi, presented his credentials to her through virtual meeting. President Bidya Devi Bhandari had earlier written a letter to the Queen requesting to help Nepal with COVID-19 vaccines. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked locals in Bhutan how have they managed safety during agricultural works given the threat of coronavirus. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
खानी खेती नै हो नगरेर बाँझ राख्नु भएन यस्तै डराई अछट्ट पर्कट भएर गरिरहेकै छ
बाँचेपछि त के खानी भन्ने हिसाबले अब अलि टाढा भएर काम गर्ने
मास्क लगाउने खेतमा आउँदा पनि अनि खाजा पनि टाढा बसेर खाने घरका सकभर आफ्नो घर फ्यामिलीले गर्ने
डर त लाग्छ डर लाएर के गर्ने अब समयमा हामी मरे पनि अब बाँचेर त खालन भने खेती गर्नै पर्यो हेर्नु
मास्क लगाउने अब 2 मिटर टाढा हुने अब त्यही भएर चाहिँ हामीले अब के गर्ने खेती किसान गर्न परिहाल्यो छोड्न भएन
नाइडै गर्ने रोपाइ गरेर गइसकेपछि तातो पानीले मास्कहरू लगाउने सेनिटाइजर छ भने त्यस्तै गरिराख्नु
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what do you think of businessmen piling pressure on the government to resume domestic flight operation despite the persisting risk of coronavirus? Your options are A, intention to serve the public, B, worried about income, and C, inviting more risk. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.